Listen to me very carefully, because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee. Black.
Coffee. Black. While I've got your attention, there are...
Coffee first. Well, this mentor would like another cup of coffee. I'm just gonna have to give up coffee. Want some coffee?
If I'm not mistaken, that's your third cup this morning.
Fourth, and on a day like today, it won't be my last. Coffee. The finest organic suspension ever devised. Commander, set a new course. There's coffee in that nebula.
All right, welcome. And yes, I'm having another coffee weekend. This is episode 4. And I do want to say good evening, good night, good morning, and good afternoon to everyone out there. Wherever you are, whenever you're watching, I do hope it's a good one. I want to say, hey to Gorilla's Random Thoughts, who says, hey, Captain. I then decided to look up his profile and notice that he has a live stream tomorrow at 1:15 p.m. Central. It will be with Simple Jack, and it will be his first live stream. Let's talk about our favorite games featuring Simple Jack. So be sure to watch there. And you're welcome. And hello, the lovely Sherry. How are you? And bonjour from Eastern Canada. Wouldn't it be bonsoir? And yes, I went live early. I was originally going for 8 p.m. I decided, screw it. 7:30 is late enough. Drinking 2 cups of coffee at 8 o'clock. I don't want to be up till midnight. So, I hate to correct your French 47 Yorktown, but I do believe that's the wrong time of day, at least for where we are. Just saying. I set the time for 8 p.m. Central. I then set it for 7:30 Central, and I went live. But I went live on time for the second time I said it. So I hope everyone's doing well. Got good news and bad news. Good news is, thanks to someone in the community, I will be able to get a connection to the internet. And so, unfortunately, that's going to be at least 2 weeks away. So, Morning Brew is on temporary hiatus because there's no way this little piece can handle Morning Brew. I can watch live streams, by the way, but as far as hosting that long, I can't do it. Even the 2 hours is too much for it. So, good little Chromebook, but it's got its limitations. So I'm going to be limiting my streams to other times. And hopefully some people decide they want to check it out, see what's going on. And it will be easier this time of night for me. So, yeah. I thought I would come on and hello, lovely Sherry. How are you tonight? Hopefully, you're doing well. Um, let's see here. I don't know if there are any good movies out to be watching. I probably should watch them while I can. There were a couple of things I'd set up to watch on my computer. Oops. There goes that. Um, so just have to go to the TV. However, some of the things I only had set up on the computer and not TV yet. So there goes that. Atomic Twister is a great movie. Okay. Um, I'll take your word for it. I don't know if I can't look it up right now to tell you whether I think it'd be good or not. The name sounds a little like a hot tub time machine type of movie, but I'll remember. I'll try to remember to check it out. And any other good movies or TV shows that you think I ought to check out? I probably ought to have a pad of paper and a pen by my computer, but I don't. I keep meaning to get one when I go out. I'll have to remember to do that when I go out Tuesday. And so hopefully get some other suggestions for movies and stuff. Excuse me. Because it'd be nice to watch something different. I was, in fact, what I may do next time I go to the store, go to Dollar Tree, which is now $1.25 for everything each. May have to look at the movies they have available, and may have to get a couple. Okay, let's see here. What Gorilla says, it's tornado that hits a nuclear power plant and they start having a reactor problem and they have to stop a meltdown. Ah, okay. Sounds interesting. And good evening, Six. How are you? I love Dollar Tree too. Yeah, if I could afford a Fire Stick, I would. I'm not sure what the Cinema app is, but probably a good one. And good evening, BK Dan. Ah, It, The Terror from Beyond Space, a classic 50s sci fi movie. I recommend it to any sci fi fan. Trust me, it is a fantastic movie. Mr. Lundell does not overrate it. And it's absolutely a fantastic movie. I haven't seen it in at least 10 years. I need to see it again. And hello, Norman Dixon. How are you? And so what's going on, Six? Let's see here now. Go kart, Formula One, NASCAR. What kind of race stops a nuclear meltdown? Six says, I'm surprised to see you streaming so late. Well, I have to stream when I can. Right now, with this Chromebook, it's a little more difficult to stream during the day with everything. So, yeah, I'm having to limit my time for the next couple of weeks to when I can randomly stream it in the evenings. And so, yeah, morning brews on hold temporarily until I can get a computer with a connection. I may be able to get a hold of the computer. If not, I might be able to in a couple weeks. I don't know. That all depends. I will say that the community has stepped up and made very generous offers, and I appreciate that. I'm going to see about getting and it won't be a laptop, but I could get a loaner computer, which that line will come in handy for. But it won't be available for probably another 2 weeks. So about the time I get the cord is about the time I'll get the computer. Would it be nice if I could get all the information off the old hard drive and put it on something else so I can access it at least. Damn it, I didn't know Brightest Day was also streaming. He's really going to hate me. Okay. Well, go on over to Brightest Day. Make sure that you set a reminder for Gorilla's Random Thoughts first stream tomorrow. It is on MeTV right now, Miss Londell. Cool. Six says, I like when random streams pop into my sub feed. Cool. Yeah, my computer took a dump. What happened was, unfortunately, my battery pack was going out. So I had to keep it plugged in most of the time. I took it into the kitchen because I was going to do something in there. I had the battery cord in my pocket I'd forgotten about. It was connected to the computer. I stepped away. The computer took a face dive onto the floor, and the screen went. And that's kind of the sound it made. So, yeah, bye-bye computer. I have another screen that I could have put in there, but I didn't have the right. It had a different connection. So, without being able to take it completely apart and being able to solder and all that, because I'm sure that's one of the things that's soldered on, and I don't solder or unsolder shit. particularly on a board, on a computer board. I'm not doing that. I'm leaving it to somebody who knows what the hell they're doing. Let's see here. He's reading from a book. It's more of a niche stream. You're right, it is. But I believe in supporting the community. So, you know, people want to go over there. That's great. I'll stay on for now because I've not finished my first cup of coffee yet. And I promised 2 cups of coffee. Well, this is my first. After I finish it, I'll go get another one. So, oh, I know you didn't, Six. I know you didn't. He and I are friends, online friends that have had our issues before. Yes, most people do from time to time, but he and I are still friends. By Jeremy Bixby, who wrote Requiem for Methuselah for Star Trek. Ah. Yeah, I'm using a Chromebook right now. Yeah, not exactly the best option, but it's the only one I have right now. The next best. You'd think I'd be awake, and my mouth would be awake by now, particularly at 7. Excuse me, 7:47. I guess I'm starting. My body is starting to go shutting down, even with the coffee. And so, yeah, probably after this, I will, because I know Rambling Canuck is going to be streaming at 9 p.m. Central or 9:05, whatever it is, doing the karaoke stream. He could always use more people who can sing. There are people of all abilities. Some sing great, some don't, but they have fun. And that's the most important part, is having fun. And BKDan says, I've got a rebuilt laptop, so not much better. No, trust me, better than this. Because I'm having to literally have 2 tabs open. And I was pushing it to have the 3rd tab open so I could then, well, 3rd and then 4th, tweet out the stream. As soon as the stream started and I tweeted out that it was on, I closed both of those. And yeah, not good for this little thing to have too many tabs open. Well, Red Bull, no, that would probably give me wings at this point. And I'm actually wanting to get a little tired. So I think I'll go ahead before we hit the 8 o'clock hour Central and get myself the 2nd cup of coffee. I shall be right back. And let's see here. What can I put on in the meantime? I'll do the coffee thing. I won't be back in time, but I'll do it anyhow.
Listen to me very carefully, because I'm only going to say this once. Coffee. Black.
Coffee. Black. While I've got your attention, there are...
Coffee first. Well, this mentor would like another cup of coffee. I'm just gonna have to give up coffee. Want some coffee?
If I'm not mistaken, that's your third cup this morning.
Fourth, and on a day like today, it won't be my last. Coffee. The finest organic suspension ever devised. Commander, set a new course. There's coffee in that nebula.
All right, there we go. I am back now for my second cup of coffee. And BK Dan says, I don't carry a tune in a bucket. I use a colander all over the place. Well, trust me, there are people that can sing as well or not as well as you. So take that as you will. If you want to go over and have fun, I'd say go for it. It isn't about musical talent. It's about the experience. It's about the community. And he always has the cheering section ready to cheer after every song. So I was actually going to go on tonight, but I don't know if I can. I can go on, but I can't sing if I can't get the karaoke thing to run. So we'll have to find out. 6 says coffee. Yep. After these messages, we'll be right back, and I'm back. And hey, Eric Sonder, how are you? Hit me up on Twitter, please. Or, yeah, Twitter. Yep. Went for my second cup of coffee. 47 Yorktown said Janeway did nothing wrong. By the way, 47 Yorktown, how do you say good evening? And yes, BK Dan, how is everyone doing? 6 says, I used to do karaoke a lot. It was a lot of fun. Well, if one of the mods in the chat wouldn't mind looking up Rambling Canucks channel, it should be set up. And yes, go ahead and subscribe to Gorilla's Random Thoughts. I can say this much at this point, since what do you call it? There weren't. I was subscriber 1, so this is until YouTube unsubscribes me, I am Gorilla's Random Thoughts first subscriber. So, thank you, 6. So, yes, go to that channel. Bonsoir. Good evening. Bonjour. I was... I was thinking that bonsoir was correct. Anyhow, I guess I was mistaken. Please go ahead, check out Rambling Canuck's channel. He will be doing something at approximately 9:05 p.m. I say approximately, I give an exact time. Because he's always late. Just count on it. It's going to be late. So yeah, he says 9:05. It'll probably be about 9:10. No big deal. And the people that are in the group are the first ones up, and then after that, you can message either Rambling Canuck or Mary's Game Room on Twitter if you want to join for round of karaoke. And thank you very much, Six. And so remember, gorillas, when you hit the big time, I was your first subscriber. So, and well, actually, my day wasn't bad. A little frustrated that to be without a computer. I mean, I have this Chromebook, but it can only handle so much, and I have to have other things going on in the daytime that I don't at night. So, anyhow, I'll be relegated to evening streams until I can get another computer, which could be within the next week or two. So don't be surprised or upset that I'm not on for Morning Brew. I will try my best to be on as much as possible for an evening cup of coffee or two, just to kind of make sure people know I'm still around. I do have a few people that have my contact information, so anything happens to me, they know how to get a hold of me. Norman Dixon says, I had one of my videos reach over 100 views this week. Wow, cool. That's awesome. That is awesome. And Gorilla says, I'll probably get struck on my first stream. Well, be careful. Be careful. Gorilla says, that's great, Norman. I was one of the viewers. One of the views. Yeah. And yeah, I agree. The lack of a computer keeps it kind of limited. And so I'd rather have a computer, honestly, but I can't. I've had people that have made generous offers, and I am very grateful for that. So I can't expect anybody to drop stuff and do something because I need it, because they're doing it out of the kindness of their hearts, and it'll happen when it happens. And when I'm back, I will be back in full force. I'll be doing Morning Brew again. But until that happens, I'll be kind of stuck not doing Morning Brew. It's going to kind of be a little lonely there. So I'll have to find streams I can hop on and just listen. And Chaos Retro Gaming 3.0, Captain Trek, tap this like, and having a great weekend. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Chaos Retro Gaming 3. Cool. I've never seen that day before. Awesome to see. And 6 says, from what I hear, it's a crapshoot as to whether channels get struck or not. Let's put it this way. With YouTube's selection, I'll just say, they select smaller channels a lot easier than they do bigger channels, believe it or not. You have little recourse, actually none for the most part, when you're a small channel. The big channels, however, have their own personal representatives, depending on how big they are. So they can call up and talk to somebody. Some literally have the phone number of somebody to call. So, yeah. And good morning, or good evening, Murder Hornet returns. And BK Dan says, I've got a crappy rebuilt laptop, so not much better. Got to use headphones for mic and speakers because they aren't working. Well, I actually prefer headphones. I'm having to use the computer mic in order to talk, even though I have a headphone mic on. Well, like I said, it's not quite the brew, but it's something. And I may talk to Yitza about making an evening brew thing, but I don't want to burden him. So, yeah, the bigger channels are being targeted. That's why, a couple with an attorney on retainer. Yeah, exactly. They're the channels that can afford them too. When you get, $100 super chats and $50 super stickers and whatever, yeah, you're going to be able to afford to have an attorney on retainer. And of course, YouTube loves them because they get a third of it. So, let's see here. Like a $75 super chat, they made $25 for doing nothing but providing the service. Let's see here. Now, let's put it this way. I know people who drop the F-bomb most people would say the word So, yeah. And correct, BK Dan. This is not the brew. It's not intended to be. It's intended to be completely different, where I'm doing the talking. And if I have something to say or if I'm reading the chat, that's fine. If not, then I'll figure something out. Or just drink coffee until it's gone. 6 says, I wish I had that kind of money to throw around. So do I. So do I. If I did, I'd go up tomorrow and buy a computer. Granted, it would be one of the crappy Walmart computers, but still, it'd be a computer. What I was talking about was demonetized, but he makes his money on Mug Club. Well, see, there's other ways of doing it, because all you have to do, like with my Ko-Fi link, all you have to do is click on it, blah blah blah, and there, it just takes a few extra steps versus just clicking something on the YouTube thing itself. All it does is require opening another window, deciding how much you want to give, doing that. That's about it. It's just opening another window versus what you can do on YouTube, which is done in the same window. It just has a pop-up. Of course they get 30%. Yeah. Six says, I have to admit, I'm a fan of the F word. Well, okay. I can't say that I know. Well, I do know one person who's a fan of the F word. Ensign Ricky. Oh, dear Lord. Awesome guy. Don't get me wrong. He's absolutely awesome. One of the kindest, most caring people I know. Drops the F-bomb. Again, like most people say the word or when they're trying to think of a word. His fill-in word is fuck. So, yeah. Yeah, the one thing I like about Ko-Fi is that there is no fee. Now, I could choose to support them and give 5%, but I'll wait till I get to be a bigger channel to do that. And yeah, again, it still would only be 5%, not the 30% that YouTube steals from you. And I say steals because they decide when you get your money. They get their money right off the bat. Well, the C word I can think of is not cute. Let me put it that way. And I'm not even going to say the other one because that right there would absolutely get me struck. At least with a warning. And the S word is snow. Yeah. I'll remember that if you ever let me on your channel again. What do you mean, if? 6? That's right. Spay or neuter your pet. Well, neuter is important. You're correct. But if I say the other thing, that is a no-no. Just saying that phrase will trigger the bots. And yeah, not a good thing. Just like you can't say other things that start with, I could say the A word. The A word could trigger something just by saying that. And I'm using a different letter because A will not trigger it. And so, yeah. Yes, spay or neuter your Chronos. Now, okay, 6. Okay, okay. You don't think I'll let you on? I'll even put the link in the chat to you. Bird knows how to come on anyhow. I got a little bit of coffee left. I'll even extend it. I'll go to 8:30. Guaranteed. If 6 comes on in the next 2 minutes. And hi, MetaGuide. How are you? By the way, Bert, how is Mama Prey? By the way, one last time, remember to check out Gorilla's Random Thoughts. 6, if you could drop his channel in the stream again. He has a stream at 1:15 p.m. Central or 2:15 p.m. Eastern. It will be his first live stream. By the way, I would suggest from now on that you try to go on the half hour, either 1 or 1:30, because typically 1:15 you're going to catch people in the middle of another stream. Granted, that's more of a TV schedule type thing, but it does tend to be true. And BK Dan was sub number 2 to him. So I was Gorilla's first subscriber. So at least I have that honor. I can say I was his first subscriber. So you better make the stream damn good. And unfortunately, Bird, I won't be able to come on the panel for Twilight Zone tomorrow because, yeah, this is not going to work for that. Hello. I hear something. Not sure what. Hi.
You didn't think I was going to come on.
No, I didn't.
I happened to be sitting at my computer. And so I thought, well, I'm going to surprise him and I'm going to show up.
Let's see, I finished my cup of coffee. Normally I would say, well, my goodbyes, but since you're on.
Well, you can say goodbye. That's okay.
Oh, no. I guaranteed that I would be on till 8:30.
That's right. Yeah,
you only my word.
Yeah, and you only gave me 2 minutes, and for some reason, YouTube kicked me out, so I had to log back into my YouTube, which is crazy. I was like, "Wait, what's my password?" So,
oh,
yeah.
Well, I said 2 minutes, or when I finished my cup of coffee, and I was delaying that, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
Because I figured Bird would come on, and How are you doing, 54.5 Access Radio? Ken Jack Ben has a lot of pumpkins for everybody.
I love pumpkins. Halloween's the best day of the year.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I have a friend who has a Halloween party every year.
Oh, cool.
Now, the past 2 years have been different, but uh, what they've had to do is everybody who could was quarantined for 2 weeks. They didn't go anywhere. They didn't do anything. They did all their shopping. Prior to that, they had things brought to them. You know, they would like if they needed milk or bread or anything like that, it would be brought to them. They would clean it before they brought it in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And so then they went to the Halloween party unmasked, except if it was part of the costume.
That would be fun.
But they were all quarantined for 2 weeks. That was part of one of the requirements. You have to be quarantined for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
No exceptions. And there were a couple of people that had to decline because they couldn't. So,
Yeah, if you're working, if you have to leave the house and go to work, it's a little difficult.
Yeah. Well, a couple of them had to because of other family matters and other things going on, as well as work.
Yeah.
Because a few of them were able to work from home.
Yeah.
So as long as you can work from home, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
They had family members who brought stuff over. They would leave stuff on the front porch. They'd go out wearing a mask and gloves and clean the stuff off and make sure everything was all clean before it came in the house.
Mm-hmm.
And so that way they were able to be quarantined for 2 weeks. So it was fun. And then apparently it was really fun because you'd had people who suddenly became doctors because, that was they wanted to wear a mask, but they didn't want to go out of costume.
Right.
So they became doctors or nurses.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently one went full out. Actually bought a nursing uniform.
Like
not
scrubs?
just scrubs. Not just
Oh,
scrubs.
okay.
No. Full on skirt, everything.
Oh, like old school nursing.
Old school nursing.
Okay.
Yes. And yeah, it was apparently quite the sight. Even had the stethoscope, a real stethoscope.
Mm-hmm.
Which you consider old school type stethoscope, you're going to pay at least $100 for.
Well, when I was in school,
not the new modern ones, but yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was going to say back in the day when I was in school, because I work in healthcare, my very first stethoscope was about $15 from Walgreens.
Yeah.
And now, of course, I have a $150 one. So
where's it engraved?
I did not get it engraved. I know that was an option, but I opted not to. I don't know why. I think because I couldn't really decide what I wanted engraved on it. I thought, well, what if I get married? Then I have to buy a new one. And
Honestly,
I should have had 6 Skywalker engraved on it.
Exactly. Because there are tons of, well, anymore it's a little more different, but back in the day people would put down their stethoscope and then somebody would walk up and walk off with it because it was the closest one. It's like, okay, well, I'll just borrow it.
Yeah,
no,
that's definitely
gross.
the case. Most people don't use their own at work. At least my coworkers, we just use ones like what do we call them? Staff stethoscopes is what we call them.
Right.
And so we just grab one and then clean off the earpieces with alcohol and go on. But when you're in clinicals, you have your own, and I just throw it around my neck. And if I was monitoring surgery, I would prefer to use my own.
Right. Oh, it was funny because there was I'm trying to remember. I think this is my nephew. This was just several years ago, where you had to identify who was the doctor and who was the nurse.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one was a man, one was a woman. Of course, in the picture, the woman had a stethoscope on. The man didn't. So, my nephew answered the question that the woman was the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was an incorrect answer, apparently, according to them. My mom went up. She asked about it. Well, it's a woman. She's got a stethoscope. So she's a nurse. Said, except he's got a female doctor who walks around wearing a stethoscope.
Mm-hmm.
Oops. Little sexist there.
You know how you can actually tell? You ask them, do you have a pen I can borrow? The one who doesn't have a pen is the doctor.
No, there's another way you can tell. Another way you can tell is ask them to take your blood pressure. If you come out with your arm numb, it's a doctor. If they can take your blood pressure worth of shit, it's a nurse. Because where I go to for wound care, they have new students rotating through every 6 weeks. And so I can always tell the good ones because my fingers aren't numb for a half hour after.
Mm-hmm.
And if I go in there and I'm not, if my fingers aren't feeling numb, I'm going, okay, this one's a keeper.
Yeah.
And when I don't say that, they look at me like, that bad, huh? Yep.
When I have a new patient that I'm getting a blood pressure on, I look at their baseline blood pressure, or I kind of already have that in my head of what their last set of vital signs were, and then I kind of know how tight to go.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, most doctors tend to be like, oh, well, let's just pump this thing up. I like my arm, please.
Yeah.
And yes, you can buy a stethoscope down at the drugstore, but I'm talking a good stethoscope. There's a difference between the $15 and the $150 ones.
Yeah. I'm going to totally change the subject if that's okay.
Go for it.
Have you noticed that there is a severe decrease in bots that you've seen in your chat and other chats that you've been in? Because I've noticed this.
I've seen a decrease, yes.
I'd say we're down to like 10% of what we used to have, of what I used to see. And it just all of a sudden happened.
I think YouTube has been striking the bot counts.
It's about time.
No kidding. Time they come into a chat, I would report them.
Yeah.
So if you see a bot, report them.
Yeah. Hide the person if you're a mod,
Hide him if you're a mod,
and
then
then
report him.
report it. Yeah, because you can still report even after a mod has hidden them from the stream.
Yep. And yeah, if you're not a mod, instantly on any channel, instantly report them.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a mod, hide them.
Yeah.
Get rid of it.
I would like to know if somebody actually put in those websites that they put up. Where do they take you? Where does the website take you to?
Malware.
Yeah.
It's all malware.
And who is falling for that? Who is seeing something in a chat and going into like Google and typing it in? Who would do that? I mean, I figure it was actually paying out for them. It was actually worth it for them to go through the trouble
It
of
is.
doing that. Or maybe is the fact that the bots have dried up, is it because they decided there was no payout?
Well, it could be that, but keep in mind, a bot can go into 100 streams within a minute. All they have to do is the bot comes in and gone, pops in a link. So there you go.
Yeah.
And whether they're there or not, they still need to be, even if they try to come back. But you can just go boom, 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 boom through channels.
Yeah.
There are hundreds always live, thousands. If they can find Wilson in 20 streams, they got their payoff.
So is it just one person setting this kind of stuff up?
You got companies doing it outside of the United States where they're paying their employees, pennies compared to what we would pay people. And they're working. So, when you're in a country that doesn't have jobs and you're offered money to go put in websites on streams, sure. Who cares?
Yeah.
Some of them are actually robots and just kind of like the auto dial thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just find a live
those
stream.
Irritate me.
Yep. And good night, Birdo Prey 5. Kerplunk. Isn't it you who says kerplunk?
I don't say kerplunk. But now I like that word. Now I'm going to start saying it.
It must have been Sherry then. The lovely Sherry.
The lovely Sherry. I was just wondering if anybody else had noticed that about the bots. So I'm glad I'm not the only one.
And it's Tom for Midnight's Edge After Dark.
Hi, Tom.
Yeah, she's been on my stream once before.
I've been on a few times. And I hope to come on again because I'm getting a new microphone.
You're more than welcome on, Tom. By the way, when are you going to be streaming?
Me? Or Tom?
Oh, it was Andrea Seabrook who would say kerplunk. There was somebody else who said it too after her. But you're correct. Tom's editing at the moment.
He's always editing.
Well, Andre's got to keep the whip on him.
I think he does too. Tom likes it.
A little too much. I need to get Andre on here sometime.
Yeah.
Just to say I have.
Yeah. I wonder if what time it is in Norway when you're doing coffee morning brew.
I don't know. I don't know what time zone they're in. It's probably in the afternoon.
You should ask him. Never hurts to ask. People like to be asked. I like to be asked.
Get too nervous to ask, and now that I don't have my computer, I can't because I don't have access to my Facebook now.
Yeah. Well, this is temporary, so in a couple weeks you'll be back up and running, and things will be good. Well, they're good now. This is fun. I'm having fun.
Oh, I'm having fun.
I know. I kept you going longer than you planned to, too. So
yeah,
I appreciate you sticking it out for me.
Norway is usually 6 to 9 hours ahead, depending. So it'd probably be 7 hours ahead of Central. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning now. 3:30 in the morning. So, so let's see. So it's 4. I go live at 6. So about 1 p.m. when I go live. Or 1,300 hours, however you want to say it.
Mm.
Hey, at least I know you understand that because you work in a hospital.
Well, and I only use that way of time when I'm at work. That's the only time I use it. And I still sometimes have to look at the ceiling and figure out the math. Yeah. It does not come naturally to me. Not at all.
Well, all you have to do once you pass 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
I know. And I'm fairly good at math, but I struggle with it.
I'm cheating. I'm looking at my fingers.
Well, and usually there's a computer screen that I can look at to get it from. But if I'm away and I'm writing something down, which I don't do a whole lot of writing, but I periodically throughout my shift I have to write down a time on an actual piece of paper. So.
And Milton says it would be 3:30 in Denmark, because it's 3:30 p.m. here. And Milton is in Kiwi land.
Or is Kiwi, is that New Zealand or Australia?
New Zealand.
Okay.
Trust me, if you call an Aussie a Kiwi, they'd be insulted.
Oh, I would never mean it like that. I'm actually allergic to Kiwi, though. So
if you want to insult an Australian, call him a Kiwi.
Okay. One of my very, very best friends in the whole world is he lives in Australia. So I have a particular fondness for Australians.
And okay, I know my vision is a little blurry right now. Glenzer.
I know Glenzer.
Says it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Alan Jackson. I know I've seen it before, but I'm out of. a second cup of coffee. I don't think I want to drink a third at 8:30 p.m. because I usually get up about 4 o'clock in the morning.
What if you drink decaf?
I'd rather
No?
drink tea.
Oh, so does it taste different?
Depending on what kind of decaf it is.
Okay, because I don't
There's
drink any coffee at all.
Now, see, if it's water decaffeinated, it's actually fine. Chemically decaffeinated, ooh,
Mm. So it's the decaffeinated process that makes it taste
yeah,
not so cool? Oh, okay.
yeah. It's like, how do I say this? You know, you have those toilet things you hang inside the tank,
Mhm.
even though the water's clean in there. Even though the water's clean in there, you reach down in that tank and grab a glass full because you got one of those little things in there to keep the water, blue or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, get a glass of that. That's like drinking decaf.
Oh, gross.
Still clean, but yeah, not good tasting.
I don't know. I think I'd like to look at that clean water under a microscope and see just how clean it is and
It's
compare
not.
it to what I get out of my Brita water filter.
Oh, trust me, there's a huge difference. First of all, the caffeine level is going to be far lower. No, caffeine. Chlorine level. Oh, God.
Yeah,
My
that's true.
caffeine level is probably getting lower now. But the chlorine level, what I did one time, because we used to have a pool, I made the mistake of testing the tap water
Mhm.
inside the house with the pool testing kit. And I'm going, ooh, yuck. This thing tests high for chlorine.
Mm.
That was the first time I bought a water filter.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm used to the taste of chlorine by now because I've grown up drinking it my whole life.
I have to admit there are certain things I'm picky about. The taste of water is one of them.
Yeah.
I could drink coffee. You could use the water from Back to the Future 3 in a coffee pot, and I'd be fine with the water. But drinking it just as plain water, mm-mm.
That's my preferred drink is water. And I could drink all kinds. Like some people have preferred brands of water, Smart Water or Dasani or Aquafina. I'll drink anything as long as it's water.
Cool. You'd make a cheap date.
I am a cheap date. I'm a cheap drunk too. Buy me like 1.5 cocktails and woo! Yeah.
Well, Tom, you heard her. You can always buy her a cocktail.
No, I actually don't drink though. But if I were to drink, it's not a far fall to dancing on the tables.
Well, then all you have to do is buy you a drink and then get you on a stream. Now that
No,
would be fun.
No, I'm not that. Well, never say never, but no, I don't even have any alcohol in the house.
I don't either. I did.
I'm too much of a
But,
control freak.
Can you? I could see Tom doing that though. Here's a couple drinks. Yeah, come on the show. Let's see what happens.
No, I don't think he would do that.
Well, he's laughing about it, so at least he finds it funny. Well, see,
You're giving him ideas.
He could have you on Mead Radio as one of the few guests on there.
Oh, Mead Radio is perfect. I love Mead Radio.
Absolutely.
Perfect
I
just the
love
way it
Mead
is.
Radio.
Yeah. I know. You're also a big fan, aren't you? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I love
And it's
talking
one
about
of the
Mead.
few streams that I regularly go on
Yeah.
that I can just sit back and relax.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of streams, it's like I'm a mod.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not complaining about it because I like doing it. But a lot of streams I go on now, it's like I go on because I'm not a mod.
I know.
Yes.
There's a bot. You son of a bitch. Oh, I just swore on your channel. I am so sorry.
I don't care.
My bad.
I don't care at all.
Yeah.
Somebody get them because I can't.
I got him.
I don't have the window open.
I got him for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Yeah, I like going clobbering times.
Uh-huh.
I'm not a mod there, and it's like a vacation. And don't get me wrong, because I love helping people. I really do. I do enjoy trying to keep chat civil and try to keep it the way that the channel owner wants it to be, and which it's an ongoing learning process. But it's kind of nice to just sit there and say, "Oh, look, there's a bot," and have no responsibility of doing anything with it other than reporting it.
Exactly.
That's so funny that one showed up just as we were talking about. And sometimes these bots, I don't know, because I always go and I always check out the channel. Sometimes they have content on their channel,
which I'm surprised by.
And for a long time, I noticed that every bot that I would look at their channel, they were all created on the same day. It was like October 21st or something like that. So I thought that was interesting.
I've seen mead, but I've never tried the drink. Oh, now I'd love to try that. Too damn expensive, though.
I would think that would taste no bueno. What is mead exactly? Isn't it made? It's like made with honey or something?
Yep.
Okay.
And yeah, the good stuff is not exactly cheap.
Yeah. See, I was only ever a wine cooler kind of girl, or whiskey sour was probably the hardest, quote unquote, hardest drink that I ever had. I've always been a lightweight.
See, I'll admit, when I have alcohol in a drink, I'll have a Coke, and I'll fill the cap of a bottle of like whiskey. It's a little bit larger cap than like a wine bottle, but it's still not huge. I'll fill the cap, put that in the drink. So it's a small amount. You put it you put that in the drink first. You look at that going, that barely is anything. But I'm able to have 2 drinks in a night, barely use any alcohol. So
do you even get a buzz from that?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Slight buzz. And because I'm also on medication.
Okay.
Which is another reason why I want to limit how much I have. But having been on it long enough, it's like I know I'm not going anywhere. And it's like, it also helps take away the pain.
Oh, from your wound?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So there'll be times it's like I can't take another pill for 8 hours. Fuck it, I'm gonna have some whiskey. When I say whiskey, I mean like the little thing I talked about, and a glass of pop,
just a little to take the edge off.
Yeah, and that's it, and that's all I use the medication for as well.
Yeah.
Doctor said, "Hey, we can increase your meds." No.
Don't get the longer you can hold off on increasing pain meds. the better your life will be. Yeah. Any alternative is better. Well, not alcohol, but
True. That's not the better alternative.
no,
but,
that's not a better alternative.
Actually, have you ever wanted to suggest a theme for Tom for Mead Radio?
A theme?
A theme.
You know what?
Like,
I did last year. I sent him an idea, and it was the stupidest idea I think I've ever come up with. But I'm going to go ahead and share it here because we're all friends, right?
yep.
It was for Valentine's Day. And I suggested that he do. No, I can't even now I have to because I already started it. I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud. I suggested a stream of songs about self pleasure in celebration of all the single people out there. Oh gosh, I'd forgotten I did that. Yeah. That was a terrible idea. I come up with ideas all the time, and I think I've learned to just push most of them down because some of them are so bad, and then I'm embarrassed.
I like that idea. That sounds like a great annual tradition.
I don't think I came up with more than 5, which would have been a short stream. And he used to, back in those days, he used to go, like longer than 2 hours.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So yeah.
Well, so you could do that, and like, if there are any anti-Valentine songs out there, that could also fill out.
Oh yeah.
time.
Yeah, I should post his. Do you mind if I post his link in the chat?
Go for it.
Okay, so people know what we're talking about. But he did. Did you watch any of his Meatloaf tribute?
Yes, I did. Which one?
There was. It was 3 parts.
Yep.
And they were each about an hour long. And oh gosh, it was wonderful. I loved it. It was just, I'm such a Meatloaf fan. And then that's gosh, I hope that's a link to his channel. Yeah, that's a link to his to Mead Radio. It was just such a nice, he had interview clips in there, and it was just really, it was a really special experience that I had with, with the music and the interviews, and then also with the people in chat. It was just, it's such a great community over there. I love it. I really love it. It's very reminiscent. I hope I'm not speaking out of turn, but it's reminiscent of your community here at Captain Track. Because
thank you.
Whether you have a theme going on or not, it's a group of people, and there's always new people coming in, and they're always so welcome, and you make them feel welcome. And it's just these little, we're part of this bigger overall community. And then you've got these channels, or even like these little groups of channels that are little communities within that. And I really like what you have going here. I think it's really special.
I mean, it's funny because there'll be times I don't even know who all listens in on the streams.
Yeah.
Quite honestly.
And you may never know.
No. One person I talked to is Culture Casino, and I know he lurks in chat. And he has said, well, I know there's some other people that lurk in chat sometimes. He didn't say any more than that, which kind of indicated it was somebody bigger than him.
Yeah.
And it's like, I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah. It's just cool to be able to connect to people who they might only have something very small in common with me. But at that moment in time, it's a really important connection.
Oh, Divinals. I touch myself is at the top of the self-pleasure song list.
He remembers when I made that suggestion, unfortunately.
Pun intended.
I think that was the last time I made a suggestion for Mead Radio.
Turning Japanese. Blisters in the sun.
Yeah.
Bebop. Trying to think of more.
I need to write these down because if he does a Mead Radio around Valentine's Day, I'm going to request all of these.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you've got a few days you can look things up.
Oh yeah. Songs about masturbation.
I would say self-pleasuring. It wouldn't necessarily be.
Oh my gosh, there's 40 of them. Oh, Tom, you could do a whole stream.
The top 40 masturbation songs.
Oh goodness! I bet you didn't think we were gonna. I bet you didn't think we were gonna end up here when I came on, did you? Maybe we should change the subject. You were gonna shut down 20 minutes ago, so
no, it's fine. It's absolutely fine.
Oh my goodness!
I want to see Tom's reaction to that one.
Oh, I'm sure he's shaking his head.
Oh my God!
I'll post it in chat if anyone's curious. If anyone wants to have a little sing along with themselves on the 14th.
And yeah, make sure that you send a super chat on February 14th to Tom at Mead Radio. I know it's actually not a super chat because he's not monetized over there on Mead, but
you can PayPal him.
You can PayPal him. Add a message.
This is for Captain Trek. Please play this song about masturbation for me.
No. Let's see here. What would be good? Put "You Touch Yourself" and then the song that you're wanting. And so, yeah.
Yep.
Or Tom touches himself and then
Oh my gosh. Sorry, Tom.
Yeah, I'll end up on the blocked list. But hey.
You will not.
At least I don't have to worry about me being a mod. Yay!
You know what? I can I take part of the blame for that? I have been known to throw a hissy fit when there's a lot of blue in chat. I think that when there's a lot of blue in chat of, mods, obviously, I feel like sometimes it hides people who are not blue. And I don't think that's fair to the majority of the supporters of the channel, because then the blue, it just overtakes it. And
the funny thing is, I've seen times where I'm in Doomcock chat. I'm not a member, even though I'm on Patreon. But my it doesn't change the color, but the text. I'll type in a message over there on Doomcock chat. Boom, he reads it.
Yeah.
But I don't have a little wrench. I don't have the text color change. So he's actually having to read messages. So you can tell he actually reads them. He
definitely does. He definitely does. Yeah. And and he'll frequently respond to people in chat. Like while he's talking. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how you guys talk and read chat and keep track of the private chat and other stuff that's going on. I admire it because I would not be able to do it.
Midnight ecstasy after dark. Me. Hey, at least you keep the mead there.
Good job, Glenser.
Unfortunately, then we need more dirty songs.
I know somebody who's written a few dirty songs. Tom.
Oh.
Well, I don't know if they're dirty. They're sexy.
Oh, he can make them sound dirty.
Yeah, I can make anything sounds dirty, but I don't want it to sound like I'm degrading it. They're sexy songs. Okay, they're dirty, which is hot. So anyway, I better get off the stream before I don't want to take us down a path we shouldn't go.
Oh, that's not a problem.
I've noticed your viewers are dropping, so I'm gonna take my leave, and thank you so much.
They're probably heading on over to other streams, but thank you. I'm glad you were able to join.
Yeah, well, I appreciate the invitation. It sounded like a dare, so
kind of.
Yeah, you happened to catch me at my computer, so
cool.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to thank you, Six, for joining me, and
Sure.
Thank you, Tom, for being in the chat, and thank you, everybody else. And you all have a great night, or whatever time of day it is.